So it snowed. Well, it was 70 degrees, and then it was then like a couple hours later, we had freezing rain. It was 72 degrees, and then it went to freezing rain, and then it went back up to like 60 degrees, and then it dropped back down to like 22, and we had more freezing rain. Now it's back up to 60, or I think it's like 57, 55 degrees right now. And it's supposed to drop down to like 30 again, and possibly snow and such. And also got banned from the other car wash, or at least I can't detail my car there anymore, even though, you know, I spent $15 there. But here I'll end up spending a little bit more because they've raised it by a quart or so. And the time here is really short too. I think you get like 3 minutes for $1 at the other place, and here it's like a minute and 50 seconds for $1.25. If that'll focus in. She's not really that dirty, but it's supposed to rain for the next 2 days. So usually when that happens, you know, at least when I was living at home with a garage, I would detail spray my car, and then I would put some spray wax, and that would just keep all the road grime and such off. It's getting pretty windy, but you can probably see all of that. And usually this will just hose right off with a pressure washer whenever I do it that way. Whenever I detail spray my car and wax her before any rainstorms, you can see all of that stuff going on down there, and that usually keeps her pretty clean. Had a burp there. But overall, I mean, you can tell that the paint's pretty good, and what I usually do is I'll take the brush and lower it down. Man, it's getting cold. I might just do a rinse and not do a full detail, and then I'll just, you know, hose this down and get all of these bristles cleaned up. At least they're not compacted like the brushes that I've used before. So that's a good thing. Doesn't hold a lot of grime in there, as you can see. There's not a lot in there. I saw a hair or something, looked like a pube. But that is one way how I have kept my car looking relatively shiny, as you can tell there, if you can see the shine going on there. Ugh. Can't open this door here because it might get wet inside since it's dripping. I never did get that job at that car wash because, you know, banned from there. Well, I don't know if I'm really banned, but I was told I can't detail my car there anymore because I'm taking up space. It's like, but I spend like $15 there. But the inside's pretty dirty. I mean, a little bit of junk and stuff that I gotta throw out, like some Cheeto chips. Where's the keys? And then I ended up getting a job at a dealership, and as a detailer, or more like not even a real detailer. I mean, it was actually pretty shitty. 15 minutes to wash a car and vacuum, and you know what what you're entitled to with a 15-minute wash. You know, it ain't going to be anything fancy or anything. It's going to be a dirty old brush that sits in a dirty bucket of water, and then that gets taken to your paint and then your wheels, and then you just dump it back in there and then do the next car. That's what it comes up to. And I mean, it was sort of fun, but at the same time, it was like really frustrating because then, you know, you get bitched at and such. Or at least one guy was like, I think it was a salesman who was like, you know, on the next car, can you clean the windows? And it's like, you know, the guy that was training me there, it was, how do I explain this? I was told to clean the windshields with a dirty old rag. So it would have been like a rag that had sit there for who knows how long, never been washed, just sitting there mediocrely clean, or the cleanest towel there compared to other towels. And then, you know, it just left smudges and smears all over the windshields on the inside. And then I was told to use paper towels. And then paper towels, you know, you don't use paper towels because they leave dust everywhere when you're washing, or when you're doing your windshields. I mean, I can't get over how shiny the car is, even though she's dirty. And so then I was like, you know, fuck it. And then I had to do a red car, and, you know, when I looked at it, it looked okay, but as soon as I was done with it, I saw swirl marks, like really bad swirl marks, because I was told that's how we do it. We take the dirty old brush and then you wash the car off. And again, I guess now I understand why people say don't take your car to, don't wash my car whenever they take them to a dealership to get like an oil change or something, because I guess it's like a courtesy thing for them to like rinse your car off and, you know, vacuum your seats out and whatnot. But now I see why the people put up that little hanging thing on their rear view mirror that says don't wash my car or don't detail my car, because I mean shit's going to get trashed. I mean, but you know, most of the people that go in for the free car wash and stuff are, you know, really old people or people who just don't know anything about cars and don't really care about cars. And, you know, it's just a car to them, and they'll, you know, as soon as it gets so many miles or as soon as they can trade up for the, you know, the next year's model, you know, they go in and trade it in and, you know, continue on, and that's it. But, you know, for people who like detailing cars and such, you know, it's not, you know, we're not really in the business to fucking up your car, you know. At least I hope no one's in that business of it. I mean, I'm going to take that brush to my car, but I'm going to wash the shit out of it before I do. And hope you can see, and this is, you know, 4 years of taking my car to the car wash and getting, you know, 4 years of doing it here, except for the 1 year that I've lived in that shitty town that I live in now. So, I am going to get on with it and wash the car. Alright guys, so the car is washed. I hope this is recording, and there you can see my car and me, for people who think that I'm not real, because apparently, I guess a couple of people do, and a couple of people don't believe that is my car. Let's do one of these weirdo walk-arounds with the camera held like this. I look like an idiot, like I'm taking a selfie and shit. And we're done. So she's looking really good. I mean, there wasn't really a lot on there since I did wax her a couple of weeks ago when I got banned from that other place, or when I was told that I can't be detailing my car there. So it's like, well, you know, it's a fucking car wash, dude. It's people who go in there and fucking bring jack stands and jack up their car and take their wheels off and shit. Bunch of fucking idiots. And yet, you know, I can't fucking, you know, detail spray my car before I fucking vacuum, but it's okay to fucking go in there and take up an entire bay and, you know, fucking dismantle your shitty ass Honda or your stupid ugly ass van and shit. But, you know, whatever. I think it like cost me like $5 to wash my car here, maybe $6. I mean, I could have done it for less, but here's all I've got left. Not a whole lot. There's like probably $3 or so there. So enough to vacuum the car and possibly buy a soda at the vending machine once I'm done. But that's if I can get through, you know, drying her off with how windy it is. It's 54 degrees and it's really cold once your hands get wet. So I might just dry her off and, you know, leave it at that. And maybe just detail spray the parts that get dirty, maybe like right down through here and there, and I'll do the interior for another day, because it's supposed to be like 67 degrees or something later on after these 2 days of like freezing rain or something. But there she is, you guys. Alright guys, so if you can hear me over the wind, I'm talking really close to the phone, just in case. But there she is, done. I just sprayed some cleaner wax over her and went over the entire car, or most of it, or at least the parts that I know that tend to get the most grime on them. And then I took Adam's microfiber cloth thing that's supposed to like help your car shine better, something like that. I don't know, some weirdo black magic shit that they advertise or something, or that the salesperson told me. But it works really good for cleaning the for giving her a nice shine after, you know, you go over the car with the wax. And then I just take the shiner cloth or whatever, I think I showed it in a previous video, and then I just go over the entire car where I've waxed. So that is what my paint looks like after 4 years of washing a gas station or a car wash, brush. So, you know, if you're going to take your car to the car wash, you know, spend at least a good 2 to 3 minutes washing it, or, you know, one or something. Just get in there and shoot the hell out of it. You might get all that shit on you, but, you know, it's better to get it on you than, you know, on your car and on your paint. And I didn't dress the tires since they're going to get rained on anyways, and I don't want all that gunk to fling on. Even though it says no sling, somehow it still seems to sling onto the car. And once it gets warmer, I will take some cleaner wax, a different one. I used a spray one, which will get rid of all of these little black things in a microfiber cloth. It might not be good for the paint, maybe not, but it works a lot better than using the clay bar. And then I had some ice and salt come down in here whenever I, like an idiot, I had the door open and flipped the switch for the wipers, and it just washed all of that shit on. And it just came down here and, you know, discolored and whatnot. I went over it with some Lexol, I don't know. Let me know if you guys can see the salt stains or whatnot, or where the salt damage was. But yeah, Lexol's the shit. Doesn't leave your seat. It looks wet, but it's not. You can tell. Dry. And that's what I use on my car. It makes everything smell nice and clean and nice and new car smell. So that's all I did. I just did my seat, since that's about the most use that the car gets. I mean, I need to go over the rest of the car, but, you know, I'll leave that for another day. I don't know. Oh yeah, Christmas gifts is where that glitter came from, if you can see it. And there's the interior. I mean, I just did a really basic thing. Just a basic detail is what I did to the car. Nothing fancy this time around. I mean, if it was a little bit warmer, I'd be able to do a lot more to the car, but oh yeah, I guess I'll show you that rag that I was talking about before I go. I'll need the keys first. And then after this, I'm just going to go play some Xbox until tomorrow, play some Fallout 4. And this is the Adams cloth rag thing that I was talking about that I used. And then this is the detail, or the clean and shine total exterior clean and shine. I don't think this is the stuff that I was supposed to be using on the car. Yeah, I was supposed to use this here, so the cleaner wax. What did I buy? Or do I have several of these? Because this one's almost empty, so I don't know if that's what I've been using this entire time. But this here is what I was talking about, that gets rid of all that junk that's stuck to the paint. Works a lot better than a clay bar, or at least that's what I found. Here's all my detail junk that I gotta take home and wash. So, I mean, I can't really tell which is which. I guess this is what I bought by accident. I mean, if so, I'm almost out of this, but I don't know. Fuck it, who cares? Some of this stuff froze and they said it's no good, but I still fucking used it. I mean, I'm going to get the paint corrected later on and such. And that is it. I mean, I didn't do anything to the mufflers. I mean, like I said, there's not enough time. Oh, wrong button. That is it. Nice and shiny, if you guys can hear me over the vacuum. I don't think I ever really show my lights. There she is. So that's that, you guys. Alright guys, so here's a walk around of the car. I am now done just so you guys can see everything. Like I said, I didn't do anything to the wheels, or to the tires, because it's about to rain. So I don't really plan on doing anything to them, just leaving them as they are. Don't want any sling to sling up on my car. But she is looking extremely beautiful. Nice and clean too. Until it rains, and hopefully that detail spray and wax will keep most of the junk off of the car for the meantime, until it warms up and I can actually do a thorough detail on the car. I might come down and then, do the wash and such and vacuum, and then go to my mom's and use her garage so that I can do a proper cleaning on the car. But that's it.